everybody. I'm going to plant my Pakistani mulberry today. Right there, this is the south side of the house. So this is the wall that faces the south side, warmest side of the house. So I'm hoping in this spot is where it will do the best. It's a little bit of a hill too, kind of slopes down there, so shouldn't have too much of a problem with water sitting. Also I planted maybe 2 to 3 inches higher than ground level and let it grow down. It's a pretty fast grower. So let's get started. So dug a hole, should be about good size there. Of course, about 2 feet down you see black plastic tarp or whatever that is. That was put in there by during the construction. You can see the different levels of soil going into clay and how the color changes. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but I'm gonna try to dig out some of that plastic, and then go ahead and mix the soil and then put the plant in. Alright guys, so got clay that was in the pot. Try to get all the smaller pieces so it's easier to mix as compared to the big one. Some peat moss, that is compost, and we have topsoil. I guess it'll be majority topsoil and clay, and then you have about, I would say, 30% compost and then 15-20% peat moss for some water retention. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. Alright, so now it is mixed up. The clay is still a little bit lumpy, but it is okay. Got plenty of clay in there. But the rest of it is pretty good. So let's go ahead, put some in there, and then see how the tree fits. So we got some, well, a couple inches in there. Go ahead, grab my mycorrhiza, some of this black cow manure, and we will kind of throw some in there. Then go ahead and mix it up. Should help the roots at the bottom and bring in more worms and whatnot. Alright, I got this guy out of the pot, and let's check out them roots. Ooh, this thing is super root bound. It's gonna love going in the ground. So let's just kind of go around and open up these roots, loosen them out so you won't be tempted to keep circling. Anyway, look at this, that's all roots at the bottom. Like, you can imagine this thing wants to grow, but it's got nowhere else to go. Oh, look at these roots, man. Look at this. The hole I dug is probably not big enough, but we don't want this thing getting to be like 30-40 feet tall. Oh man, look at this. Got some thick roots down here. Look at this. Open this guy up. I think that should be Let's turn them around. Over here. Some of these guys. Look at this. This is insane. Let's open these guys up. Wow. That's awesome. Alright, so it's gonna love being in here. Let's put this guy in. Look at this. Look at this. So it is a little bit lower than how I want it. So I'm gonna add a couple more inches of soil. I want it to be ground level. I needed 2 to 3 inches above because this is clay soil and it'll settle a little bit. So let's go do that. Alright, I could put a couple more inches. And then let's put this guy in here. Alright, so here's ground level. So we're a couple inches above, so I think we're good. I did put some more soil, and look at these roots. They just want to go. So this is awesome. Look at this. This thing is gonna grow like crazy. I want to make sure it is straight. Wow, it looks so much smaller in the ground. Wow. I can guarantee you in the next month or two it's gonna take off. It's gonna be nice and warm here. Now I want to make sure this is straight. I think it looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead, open it up. Okay. Let's open up all these roots. Give them some. Wake them up. This thing loves to grow. 2 years ago, this thing was, when I got it, it was about this tall. Now it's big. My friends, he bought it at the same time, maybe a few weeks before or after. Same nursery. I think it was Wellspring Nursery. I had it on eBay. I think like 10, 15 bucks or something for a tiny little plant. We both bought them together. He had his in a pot also, but it grew through into the ground and it grew up to 11 feet. And then he had to chop it down halfway because it's too big. So this thing's gonna require frequent pruning. I can guarantee that. So I'll shape it as it goes. Get this stuff out of the grass. Oh, so I didn't add mycorrhiza. So should do that now. Should have done it before. But so this is a fungus. It grows like a web. So it's just these little pieces. So I guess once you add water, it springs to life. So we're gonna add it. What it does, it grows underground like a network, like the underground internet, and it'll go all through the ground. It can go hundreds of miles. It's the largest known organism, and it has a mutualistic relationship with the roots of the plant. It will bring nutrients from all over, so up to if it grows 100 miles, it can bring nutrients from that far. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna sprinkle it around there. If I had worm castings, I would definitely add that, but I do not have any right now. Go ahead, add more compost. Just mix it in. more food, and then I will go ahead and backfill. Probably won't be enough. Might have to mix more. I needed more anyway for the silk hope that I'm going to plant in the back. Probably won't be today because it's getting dark. So, but if I have it already mixed, it'll be good. Let me go ahead and backfill. All right, so for the rest, I just put 50% compost, 50% topsoil. Keep it nice and loose. Didn't add any peat moss or clay. Kind of, you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it is a couple inches above. Just kind of even this out. And then give it a good watering in. This is very loose. The roots will grow pretty well in here. Here's the old mulch that was there, so I'm just gonna dump it on top. Now we'll get some more mulch. Just kind of help with the erosion. Get rid of that. So now we're just going to go ahead and water it in. And we will be done. Got my handy dandy ropes. Put it on shower. And then let this guy have a drink, have a meal. So they recommend for, I think if you have like per gallon of soil that you put in, put 3 gallons of water because the earth around it absorbs the water. That thing, this is 5 gallons. I think probably a 7 or 8 gallon. And then on top of that we added maybe another 5 gallons worth of soil. I'll give it a good watering now, and then I'll check on it tomorrow and see how it's doing. Should be fine. These things grow great in the heat. And things should love it. Just peat moss in the bottom help retain some of the moisture. And then the clay drains slowly, so it'll help. It'll let some of this soil absorb up the water before it disappears into the clay. So while this runs, just gonna let it run like that, and I will go clean up. But we'll see how this does over the next couple of days, and then maybe in a few weeks or a month I'll update you guys. So then, see ya.